Welcome to the Bad Movie Night podcast, covering the worst movies you've never seen. We hope you enjoy listening to Bad Movie Night podcast.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Bad Movie Night podcast. My name is Chris, and tonight we've checked out a movie that AJ recommended but yet will not show up for the show, and that is of course the 1994 movie, Outer World. What the fuck that was?
Okay.
I didn't pull a trailer.
Like Collective Soul.
That was Collective Soul. That was shine.
Come on and shine.
And he had those big glasses on.
That song is awesome.
All right. Anyways, this is not a Collective Soul podcast. Sorry. Remember when Dad used to Dad used to blast the worst music. It was like, let's listen to some Creed, and then after that, I'm feeling like a little Collective Soul action. How you guys feeling about that? I'm gonna blast it so loud in this neighborhood right now. While the windows open. We're back.
Let it shine on me.
Come on and let it shine. I think they have like new songs where they're like not trying to be like weird Collective Soul sounding thing with their voice. It's normal now. Doesn't really work anymore.
Yeah, that doesn't work at all.
Nah, that's the whole gimmick.
That's who you are.
That's who you are. Embrace it, okay? Love it. Love yourself,
Deal
right,
with
Spiv?
it.
Spiv, you love yourself often, right?
Exactly.
All the time.
Exactly, Spiv.
He's loving himself right now.
Especially after spending time with you, Chris.
Spiv, what about in an
That
elevator?
little tight ass of yours, Chris.
Living it up when it's going down.
So,
And you get it because it's an elevator.
I do. Isn't this like the second or third time where AJ's picked a movie and then doesn't show up for the fucking episode?
It is, yeah. It's
Yeah.
At least the
Yep.
second time.
It's ridiculous. But at this point, it doesn't matter because we're moving on without him.
Wasn't the other one the other Philip Jones?
The other one, wasn't it Lawless Land?
Wasn't it Despiser?
Lawless Land. My God, that was a boring ass
Fuck
movie.
that movie.
Fuck that movie. Guys,
Oh, that was bad.
so
We're gonna get married.
Castle? What do
Yeah,
you
it was more of a castle.
chapel.
Yeah.
No,
Chapel.
Chapel.
Going running from the fascists, and we're gonna get married in the desert. End up in a strip club with a gun. And
Are you
there's
drinking
some
water out of a
falcons.
wine glass? What kind of fucking fancy ass
Oh, it's
glass you
water.
got there?
Glass.
He is
Damn, that's
fancy.
a
water.
fancy ass glass you got there, Aaron. Must be that new job, that new promotion working out for you pretty well, it seems like. Anyways, guys, Outer World. I feel like we need to banter longer because I feel like we're not gonna have anything to
We
talk
haven't
about. with this
bantered long
movie.
enough here.
Oh,
But as I was saying before we started the show, I think this is, I want to say episode 299, which means we're
Jesus.
teetering on the precipice of 300, guys. 300 episodes of this hot garbage.
Witchcraft 10.
Witchcraft 10, yeah.
Amazing.
thank you for being
Next-
a friend.
Next week is a Patreon week. And so get your movie
that's
on
right.
the Patreon wheel, patreon.com/Bad Movie Night Show. Also,
Who's going to be the
300th
300th episode?
who wants to be a 300 episode? I bet. Oh, maybe we'll give them a t-shirt if they do that. I'm not doing that. I don't even know how to do that. I don't even have a fucking t-shirt myself at Bad Movie Night.
I have a t-shirt.
Do you really? I don't know.
Yeah, I do.
Spiv, do you have a t-shirt?
No.
I have two. of them.
Lindsay, do you have a t-shirt?
Not a Bad Movie Night t-shirt.
That's the stupidest answer.
Does anybody have a witchcraft t-shirt yet?
No.
No.
No, God, no. Who would want that?
Fuck you all. You need to get one, okay? I'm serious. You need to
I'm
make
not
a
getting
fucking...
one.
You can bedazzle. I don't give a
Dude,
shit what you do.
When we get
but you
through
need to
all of
make-
that, we'll make a BMN branded witchcraft
We
shirt,
survived.
and we'll all buy one.
We
you go,
watched
yeah.
There already
all
is one on there.
16 witchcraft
I survived
movies,
witchcraft.
and all
Yeah,
we
you
got
need-
was
you need
this
the
That'd be
fucking
it.
listed on the
t-shirt.
back.
Exactly.
Like a
right?
tour
And then we'll
shirt.
back it'll list all the movies and all the
And the dates.
podcast
We
stuff.
did them.
Did you say it would say whacking and not whacking? And then the witchcraft logo? Is that what you said?
No.
Oh.
That's an awesome idea. No.
It will now.
I said it would have all
Alright.
the movies on the back, like a tour shirt with the dates that we watched.
That's
That's
what I just
different.
fucking
Yeah.
said.
That's
I know.
really
We
cool.
said it at the same time.
Spiv, that is
but
a
I said it- I
fantastic
said-
idea.
Chris is
Louder.
obsessed with whacking.
Spiv, that is such a great idea. Only you could think of such a good idea on this show, Spiv. Spiv,
That's
that,
why I'm,
that
that's why
mind.
I'm too away from the
Unique-
CEO.
Did you ever see that Russell
idea.
Crowe movie,
So am
A
I.
Beautiful Mind? It was basically about you, Spiv, because your mind is so beautiful. Anyways, Aaron, do we have a history
not a
hole?
I
mathematician.
do not have a history hole, Chris.
No history
No, there's
hole.
no history hole. This has been a really shitty week and weekend
Okay,
for me, so
well-
I did not have time.
Should
Okay.
have come camping with me.
I was stuck at work.
Okay. Who wants to
But-
do...
Pickle butts.
Who wants to do the premise hole? Who can do it? Who can do it justice? Spiv, can you do a premise hole
My
for this
last
movie?
one was so bad. I don't know if I want to do
It's
it
time to
again.
redeem yourself, Spiv. Spiv.
Bip
Spiv.
switch. Bip
Spiv.
switch.
Oh, I
Bip
watched
switch.
this movie so long ago.
Spiv. Spiv.
So
Spiv.
long
Spiv.
ago.
What's this about?
Spiv. 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 Can you tell me what the 1994 action sci-fi movie Crossworlds
Outerworld.
Chris watched the wrong movie.
is about?
In a Blade Runner world where there's one robot lady working for a corporation,
I'm a Terminator.
I have
gets-
no feelings.
she gets upset
She
having
is
to
in the
kill people
rain.
all the time.
I don't want
I
to
feel
do it
guilty for
anymore.
killing people.
So she hires a ship and falls in love.
Get me out of here.
Will she
Brick man.
find the secret alien artifact before the corporation?
Guess so. Will she find love in all the wrong places?
As long as she registers with the UN first. In 1994's Beyond the Rising Moon,
AKA
aka Outerworld, aka Pentan, aka lots of other stuff.
Rated PG-13 because it's completely unoffensive in every fucking way.
Oh, rated
Except for
R
the-
for sweet miniature work.
Except for the fucking shower placement in your spaceship, which we'll unpack later on. You guys
Oh, yeah.
just
You
relax.
don't want it just in the middle of the room.
Yeah, that was fucking weird. That would be like in the living
would you
room.
do
You
that?
got like your coffee table, and then some dude's taking a shower, and his dick sack's hanging out all over the place while you're trying to watch fucking
was
Monopoly or
Frosted
whatever.
Trying to get his prostate checked out.
gotta wash thoroughly.
What does a
first,
dude
Chris.
have to do to get his prostate checked out?
Right?
I thought scheduling a fucking physical
Wasn't that
would
part
do
of
that,
your
but
corporate training?
After 35, you
Do you
gotta
know
get
how many
the oil
times
checked.
when I was at the doctor, I was like, "So you guys, you need
No.
to check out this prostate, or are we?
No.
Should I whip this prostate out right now, or what are we doing? Are we doing this prostate?
Are you checking out mine or am I checking out yours? I'm really confused.
Like,
Same
I got
thing?
loose pants on here. This
Same
prostate could be out at any moment, guys. Whenever you're ready, you
Oh,
just say the
too
word.
late. It's out.
Oh,
I think it
it's
just fell out.
Yeah, I just need
Is
a little
that
air.
it? Laying on the floor right there?
Is that my prostate? Is that good? Does that prostate look good?
Stick that back in my pocket.
Just take that one home with me. Anyways, I don't even know what a prostate is or what it looks like.
I got a one prostate in my pocket.
And the other one is twisting my balls. That's pre-show content.
That was pre-show content. All right. No history hole, but let's do the bumper anyways because I love it. So here we go. Take a moment to dive up into Aaron's non-existent history hole and get a little nothing for the year of 1994. Here we go. For Aaron's nothing hole. Disappointing hole.
It's
What do
always
you wanna call it?
disappointing.
I mean, we can talk a little bit about Philip Cook, right? Or is that what your rabbit hole's about?
No, it's not. Go for it.
Go for it.
Well, I wasn't offering to myself to
What the
talk
fuck are
about.
you
Go
doing
for
then?
it, Chris.
Oh, he made this movie 10 years before the other one we watched of his, The
True.
Despiser.
Which and that's why I'm a little leery of actually talking about him because I feel like a lot of the conversation tonight will focus around him and his movies and not
Yeah.
necessarily
But
just
it has
this
to
movie.
for you to understand this movie and to not just shit on it because
I'm
there's
kind of curious about
obviously-
his show, The Malice and Wonder.
The Malice
Yeah.
show.
Yeah.
He's spent like a decade working on this Malice show, which based on the screenshots and stuff, I mean, it looks like a sci-fi original, kind of. I don't know though. I don't even know
that's
where you
his
can
style.
find it. So Philip Cook, legendary director. We watched his other movie, Despiser, and AJ wanted us to watch Outerworld. Despiser came out in like 2003, and this came out 1994.
It felt earlier than 94.
But it felt earlier.
That is what
So-
IMDb says.
That's all I have to say about Philip Cook right now, because I keep feeling like I'm gonna get it going on the conversation. I don't want to do that yet. That was just a little taste, guys. You know, like when you're at
Just
a
a
wine
taste
tasting
of Philip
contest
Cook.
or whatever, and you taste it and you spit it back in their face or whatever. That's basically what we
This
just
Philip is too dry.
Philip dry.
This Philip tastes like.
This
You can
Philip's
keep your
just
sweet
right. Oh,
Phillips. love
I
it.
tried to do a
Bad
quiz
Phillips.
on him, and there's just nothing.
Yeah. No, most boring person.
I kept wanting to call
Yep.
him Philip Dick, but
Philip K. Dick. Yeah.
Philip K.
No.
Dick.
Yeah. Lindsay, do we have a rabbit hole at least? that save
Yes,
us from this?
I sent you a clip to
got
play
that.
at the end. Okay, so we are good to
All
go.
right. Then, Aaron, disappointing as always, but there's always a redemption arc. People like a
There's
redemption
not.
arc.
There's not in this case. There's no redeeming.
And there will
because-
be next
There-
week
there
when
won't,
Aaron
'cause
returns with a
I
very
probably won't.
exciting and unique history hole.
I don't think there
But
will
for
be.
now, it is time to move on and do Lindsay's rabbit hole. So here we go.
It's time for the rabbit hole. Grab your rope and your galoshes and prepare to dive deep into your host's wealth of knowledge with more connections than a LinkedIn recruiter or a Wikipedia editor on a 5-day meth bender. Here's your host, Lindsay Washburn.
Go ahead, Lindsay.
Alrighty, here is our movie. I found like
Star Quest.
yeah, I found like
Star Quest.
4 or
That's
5
a much
different
better name.
titles
BRM.
for this movie. And then I also found 4 or 5 different dates for when it came out.
Oh, that
'cause,
makes
Yeah.
100%
Yeah.
sense, honestly.
Yeah, 'cause, like-
yeah.
It felt
80s.
All right, we'll get into it, Bip. We'll get into it.
87
Marvel
was the earliest one I found, and then the 1994 was the latest one I found. But there was 87, there was 88, 89.
I think there's different cuts.
That's what I was wondering too, because I watched it on Prime, and I compared it to the opening on Tubi, and it seemed the same. But
Yeah, I
there was
watched it on
like
Tubby.
yeah, but there's like
Yeah, me
3
too.
different viewing options on Prime, so I don't know if they're all the
Really?
same cut or if something's different.
Interesting.
Prime's got the
So-
good shit. Fuck.
I
Jeff
watched
Bezos
it
got
on
so much
Tubby
money he
as
could afford all those copies.
The music alone doesn't sound like 80s in the version I watched.
Hey,
so-
guys, we are
It's
teetering
CG
into the
too.
conversation.
Yeah,
Hey,
it's
Spiff,
teetering.
I'll cut you off
Don't
right now,
jump in
Spiff.
yet.
Spiff, I will
It's too
cut you
late.
off.
We're already get it.
Somebody goes to Denmark or wherever, and now he comes back with an attitude. Where'd you go, Spiff? Berlin? I don't
Germany.
know. Germany. Whatever. It's all the same shit.
Denmark's a totally different country.
Is it, though? I mean, really? Is it-
Yeah,
It's where
that's
Hamlet's
Legos are
from.
I mean, is it, though?
Lego Hamlet.
Anyways. All right, go ahead, Lindsay.
And it starred this lady, Tracy Davis, as Pentan or Penton. I don't know.
Pentan.
It said
Pentan.
Pentan in the movie. Yeah.
They didn't really explain like why she was named that.
Look at that pop
She's a
collar she's got
robot.
going on. Badass pop
guess.
collar action there.
Hell yeah. She doesn't have a very extensive resume. She was in Nemesis 2, and I think she
watched
was
that.
Really?
on. I think she did an episode of Are You Afraid of the Dark or something like that.
Cool. I would love to be on an episode of Are You Afraid of the Dark?
We
I
did
love that
Nemesis 2
show.
on the show a long, long time ago.
And she was also in one episode of this show, My Secret Identity, which ran from 1988 to 1991.
That is a terrible logo.
Is that Bob Saget and
I don't
Jerry
remember
O'Connell?
that show
And
at all.
It is
and-
Jerry
Jerry
O'Connell. It's starring
Okay.
Jerry O'Connell. The intro and a bunch of episodes are on YouTube, so if you want to check it out, you can. He's a superhero. He's like a kid superhero, and he flies and then he's got like a Doc Brown type character, like helping him figure things out. So, but I mean, it ran for 2-3 years. So I mean,
It won an Emmy in 1989.
right?
Wow.
Wow.
Who was the was it John Rhys Davies? Was the
No, that would have been amazing. I think it probably
Sliders.
would have been more popular. Sliders. But it did. In one
Almost thought it
episode
would've
was
been
the
novelization.
first credit
Campbell.
for Neve Campbell. She
Cool.
was
Neve?
Neve Campbell, whatever, however you
Pronounced
No, it's
say that.
Neve.
Because it was
Neve.
Neve? It's like a
Neve
fucking
Campbell.
shampoo at that point.
because it was a Canadian show that was
Oh, there's your problem.
Mhm.
that was put onto American television.
It's all about maple syrup. The whole every episode.
Oh yeah.
And free healthcare.
Can you help me out, eh?
Hey, can you help me out? Yeah.
A lot of
healthcare's
the episodes were directed by Harvey
good
Frost,
picture.
and I found pictures of Harvey Frost who said he was a director, but they were two different pictures, and I'm like, I don't want to put someone's picture up if I don't know
Put AJ's because he's
the
not
person I'm talking about. I'm going to do that from now on. I'm just going to put AJ's picture there when I can't put up a picture. Yeah, he directed several episodes of that show. He also directed this, the Sex and Violence Family Hour.
What?
Canada.
Oh, Canada.
I kind of want to watch
Sizzling
it. Can we watch that? Can we do that?
Yeah, we'd probably do a watch along. It's all on YouTube. But yeah, crazy,
yeah, we should do a watch along
sexy,
on that.
bizarre escapades and eyewitness nudes plus sizzling featurette body flash.
It's a no-no.
Spiv, it's your favorite pastime. Body flash.
And,
Jim Carrey's in
it
that
was-
shit.
I'm surprised Lindsay
You
doesn't
just
have this on
ruined it.
VHS.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
A jumble of sexual skits such as the Big Salami, the Brady Bang, and Leather and Chains.
Oh my god.
And it was hosted by Jim Carrey, which was already spoiled. And if you want
Sorry,
to,
Lindsay.
no, it's fine.
How did you know this, Chris?
I
Never
googled
mind.
it.
You should totally know this. This is definitely a thing.
But you
He
can
was
play
in
that
it.
clip
like a
that I
Benny
sent
Hill
you if you want to.
All right. Oh my god. Oh my.
It's loud.
Is that better?
Sex
Yeah.
and violence. Family Hour. Starring Terry Austin. George Boozer.
He looks familiar.
Yeah, he does.
It does look familiar.
Steve Brinder.
Bob
Good
Saget.
Lord.
Evan Carter.
Is he missing all of his teeth? Okay. Yeah.
Stewart.
Some of them.
Debbie Denomi and Katie Ford, The New Permanent Wave.
No idea who these people are.
Laura Dixon.
Look, kids, I was on this show called Sex
Yeah.
and Violence, and I smoked a cigarette out of my nose.
Chaz Lawther.
He looks
He
familiar
is
too.
creepy as fuck.
Kate Lynch.
He tried way too hard to pull his
Special guest
toupee
star
off.
Jim Carrey.
The show you're about to see is totally sexual. Actually sexual beyond your wildest imagination. And so, my friends, if you don't want to see women covered with strawberry jam being attacked by uninhibited supermarket box boys, if you can stand seeing valet girls in chains,
Aww.
Why are you putting this on me? I didn't make it.
And
I didn't make it.
Lindsay's family sex
What do you
and
have
horror
to say for
hour.
yourself here, Lindsay? What did you do? You know what you did.
I thought it
I
looked
didn't
pretty
make
funny.
that. I was like a year old when this came out, so I have no
What?
ownership over it
What
whatsoever.
the fuck is this?
A year old.
Humor in the 80s sucked ass.
And
Like,
it-
like that was terrible, wasn't it?
It was.
None of that was funny, right? Okay.
Family Hour. Oh,
Anyways, we should totally
Sex and
watch that.
Violence Family Hour.
Totally watch
You
that.
should
Thank
totally
you.
watch it.
I thought it looked good.
Ah, Spiv.
That makes perfect sense. Yes. None of us are
Spiv.
surprised by that, Spiv.
Oh, I know.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Anyways, thank you, Lindsay, for that rabbit hole. Thank you for actually doing a rabbit hole, Lindsay.
You're welcome.
You know, sometimes people, don't do their section of the show, and it's a little disappointing sometimes. But Lindsay, you stepped up, right, Aaron? Didn't she step up? Anyways, thanks again.
Great job, Lindsay.
Let's time to move on and talk
Fuck
about
you, Chris.
Outer Fair. That's 100% fair. Here we go. Hey everyone, this is Chris. I'm just reminding you in the still of tonight to go to patreon.com/badmoonnightshow and sign up. For $2 a month, you get access to the exclusive bonus podcast pre-show, as well as other bonuses. That's patreon.com/badmovienightshow. All right, we are back now, ready to talk about Outerworld. Rebecca, what did you think of the Outerworld?
Sci-fi isn't really my cup of tea, so I thought this was pretty boring as they were like jumping from place to place. Like, we're gonna go here, they're gonna be right behind us. We're gonna go to the next place, they're gonna be right behind us. Like once they got together and there was actual fighting going on, then it was interesting. But up until that point, it was just kind of meh.
Okay. Lindsay, what'd you think?
Yeah, the only thing that really kept my attention through this movie was all the cool miniatures and just how he did stuff with blue screen or green screen, putting people into different things. That was the most interesting part for me. I think the story could have been a lot more interesting, but it was just really boring when, cool stuff wasn't happening.
Okay, jeez, tough crowd. Spiv, what do you think?
Kind of on the same line as Lindsay, but I thought it was
That's
okay.
the longest fucking clip in my life.
That was a very long clip.
Jesus Christ, it's like half the movie.
I think it had a lot of potential, and Philip, what's his name? Cook?
J. Dick.
Philip Cook. He did what he could with the budget he had, which was quite a lot.
What was his budget?
I don't know what his budget was,
okay.
but he did a lot. I mean, the sets, costumes, and all the green screen work and miniatures.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The script needed a few more revisions, I think, to keep it kind of interesting. So it did lag there in the middle, but I had a good time watching it.
Big fan.
Medium fan.
Aaron, what did you think?
So the first time I watched this, I was friggin' exhausted, and I didn't retain anything about the movie. So the second time I watched it, I also didn't really retain a whole lot about the movie. I will say the special effects, the miniatures, all that stuff was awesome. This guy is obviously very ambitious from this movie, from the last movie his we watched. Like I totally respect him and the amount of like pure passion and effort that goes into his movies. I just think he needs someone to write a movie for him.
Yeah.
And then set him loose. I don't even know if he needs a bigger budget. Like there's some character to this, the way he creates these movies that is, it's fun. Like I don't need it to be better in that sense. I just need a story that's more engaging.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I heard a noise. Whenever I hear a noise, I snap it to Digimon.
Yep.
It's
You never know
Shotokan,
when you know.
Chris. It's Shotokan.
Anyways, I too started this movie under the influence of some substances, and I got 15 minutes into it, and I had no idea what was going on. So I restarted it another day, watched it. I was like 45 minutes into it. I had no idea what was going on. So I started it again. So I've watched this movie several times now. And I will agree with everything everyone has said so far, essentially. There is so much ambition to this low-budget movie. And it's not even, like, it's not a bad movie at all.
No.
It's impressive in a lot of ways. It feels like an 80s movie, but came out in 94. And it feels like a movie that sat in production or post-production for a long ass time.
Yeah.
Because there is, and you can tell when the CGI is introduced, juxtaposed against a scene 5 minutes ago that was miniature work, very different feel. And then you have like, oh, when he made this movie, he was deeply inspired by Blade Runner. But as a creative myself, I don't know how many times where I've been like, so inspired by something really cool I just watched. And I'm like, I need to do something like this. And it feels like certain times in this movie, in post, he's like inspired by something different than his original intent. Does that make sense? Because like you get like the was Evangelist or whatever, the Blade Runner sounding soundtrack for like the first 30 minutes, and then all of a sudden like the 90s hit, the 90s hit, and he's like, I really like the fucking, I like the gin blossoms quite a bit. I'm gonna have some of that fucking shit in there, and then he did. And then it's got like all these influences. You got Star Wars, you got Blade Runner, you have some Star Trek stuff in this movie at times, and it's just a really weird concoction that I appreciate, and I like segments of it, but overall, didn't really enjoy.
It's fair.
I would drop this, but it's expensive, and I'm not dropping it.
Okay, then.
Are we about done here, guys? Can we turn this podcast off?
So it's interesting that Lindsay found multiple dates because, yeah, I bet that it was filmed back in the late 80s.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
then, yeah,
I would agree.
I think it took
Definitely.
4 or 5 years for him to get all the effects in there and to edit it together and get it released.
Oh yeah.
Do you think like at one point he was like crafting in his mom's like garage, like all these fucking beautiful miniatures? Okay, and he's
Well,
like,
that's like
Mom,
straight out of like Time Bandits.
Mom, I
there.
want mac and cheese. I just made a miniature for 7 hours, Mom. And then
I
he's
need some
like,
of the
yes.
macaronis for my set.
But then like CGI hit. Like he saw an episode of Reboot or some shit like that.
5.
Babylon 5. And he's like, fuck these miniatures. And he just went in his garage and punched them. And then he sat on the computer and crafted this shit.
Start
And he's like, I'm
again.
switching it off. Starting over. But
I
like
can do 2
he-
colors.
And so like half of the movie is CGI and the other half is miniature work. It's so
The
weird.
miniature spaceships were cool, though.
Bad.
Yeah.
I love it when they
fighter
touch
things.
down and you
Yeah.
can see the little guy inside,
Oh yeah.
like the
And the
little
debris
Lego
is, like,
man.
But then
or
you
whatever
have-
in
and
there.
stuff.
But then you have later on in the movie, it looks like a 90s FMV video game,
Yeah.
which is still like
Yeah.
as at what I assume is a very small budget, is impressive. This
Yeah.
dude was impressive with,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not like they skimped and like did shitty CGI. Like
Oh no, I
it
mean,
doesn't look good now, but like he had so many different shots and stuff. It was time and effort.
in the early 90s.
yeah. If you look at it through the lens of when it was done, it's pretty seamless.
Mhm.
Mhm,
It's
mhm.
pretty seamless.
Even the green
Yeah.
screen stuff was good.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't necessarily like. I like a lot of the storyline. The premise is. It reminds me of like a Mass Effect. If anyone's played those games,
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah.
you have like this alien technology, and we don't know where it came from, but we used it to expand humanity's knowledge. We jumped levels
Mm-hmm.
by just using technology we don't understand, which is a cool premise. And I like the fact that that's like part of the world building and not necessarily the storyline going on. Do you know what I mean? So they spend a lot of time with world building stuff. And Rebecca, that's the question I would pose to you because you're like, I don't like sci-fi. So does none of that world building stuff interest you at all?
I think because it's like the start of this was such an exposition dump where it's just like, all right, we got to get all of this information out there that it's like, okay,
There's a lot.
all right. It gets to be too much world
Yeah.
building.
Well, and I think it's all the influences because like she is
He's a replicant.
a replicant.
Yeah.
And the dude is a Blade Runner, but then also you have like all this alien stuff. It's just it is too much.
It's a lot
of the,
in 8 hour and 20 minutes.
It felt
Even a
it
2
felt
hour movie would
longer.
be really tight, but yeah,
Yeah.
It felt long.
I agree. It's a lot to try and take in.
Well, yeah, because
Oh,
I
the
mean, there's a
monorails,
lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on in this movie, just in terms of things that don't necessarily have to do with the plot, but they move the story forward. Because she's this being they created out of the DNA of like the smartest, most talented people that ever existed, or something like that.
Is she a human or is she a robot?
I mean, people
She's
say
a
it, I don't know.
human.
She has to sleep, so I would think there's.
She was just
She's
created in
she's a
lab.
genetically
Programmed.
enhanced human.
There you go.
She was manufactured in a lab,
And she was
It-
manufactured for corporate espionage.
like a
Right.
replicant.
Yes. So like she steals secrets, she seduces, owners of other companies, and she assassinates people.
And they
That's,
didn't give her any emotions, right?
And she got to two behind the CEO of Turkey Hill at one point by seducing.
Slept
just
her way
saying.
to the top, just like Spiv.
It's like Spiff.
yeah.
It was activating the stroker.
Just totally said yeah.
He's like, I sucked off everything I could find at Turkey Hill.
But
You wouldn't believe what I did with ice cream.
Oh.
Hurry, it's gonna melt.
oh my god. But the catalyst for all this is another ship like the one that they found before. The Norwegian company finds another alien ship, so people really want to get that tech first because it's worth a lot of money. They want to stake that claim. So the Kuriyama Enterprises, Kuriyama sends her to intercept the couriers and kill them from the Norwegian company, but she doesn't. She's like, I've had enough of your shit and I'm gonna defect.
That's too far.
Yeah, this is so cool looking though. Like,
well, I'm just like
that was funny though.
I'm just thinking, like, do you know how difficult it would be to find all these locations on a low budget that make find locations
sense for that world,
makes sense, and then to shoot that, and then to go to like mimic it with miniature stuff, and then seamlessly try and edit it together, which they were pretty successful. It is so much freaking work. I don't know what about this didn't keep my attention though. The story's not that bad. I think it was more the pacing of it or something.
I think it was pacing.
It was very drawn out.
Like, they find love, as one does.
In all the wrong places.
All the wrong places.
He is pretty dreamy with his frosted hair there.
Yeah, he was dreamy.
I think a lot of it is they introduce characters, they're on the screen for 30 seconds, and then they're gone. And I'm trying to remember, like, who are these people?
These
like,
two tough guys were the most interesting, memorable characters.
They were trying to collect debts from him, I guess.
Yeah.
And the one guy had a handcuff belt.
Dude, that handcuff belt was pretty badass.
It was pretty badass.
That's how you know he's tough.
And she beats everyone up. Yeah, there is a lot of melodrama in there. I don't feel love. Yeah, you fucking do. Like, she's so melodramatic for having no emotions.
Yeah, she's trying to say she has no emotions, but she's so over the top.
Exactly. And I was like, all right.
Well, they did give her a couple.
They did explain that.
Yeah, they gave her a couple emotions because they wanted to make sure she'd fit in with people, so she didn't stick out like as an actual robot, I guess.
And the Dr. Soong character kind of rebelled, gave her more than the corporation wanted. So,
yeah, when they went to his space island.
It's a good thing they were just able to get there
in time. Yeah, because he has like a Suicide Squad detonator thing. She's got a thing implanted in her head.
The stroker.
But it gives the stroker, yes. Yeah. But she has, in 70 hours, she'll have a brain embolism. 72 hours.
Yeah.
It's like,
you don't want to kill her right away, Lindsay,
No.
because then the movie wouldn't happen.
Well, she has to have time to rent and they can undo it if she decides not to follow through.
Do you guys ever have like a weird pain in your body and you're like, it's definitely like a brain aneurysm or a heart attack, or I got diabetes?
I got 72 hours.
At one point, I woke up one night and I think it was just a hair. Like, my dog, Taylor, has like thick hair and it like stabs into your foot and it hurts. And I woke up with like this pain between my toe, like flatness, whatever, the fat area of my toe, and like the arch area. You know what I'm talking about? The arch area of my toe, whatever that's called, like the toe venus. Yeah, the toe elbow. Anyways, I had a pain in there. I was like, "That's elbow?" I'm like, this is probably what diabetes is. I think I have diabetes now. And then I went back to sleep. Turns out it was just a hair, I think, because I don't have diabetes anymore. Or I walked it off. You can walk that shit off. But anyway, my
have
point
you ever
is,
had a hair splinter?
I think that's what I'm talking about. What's a hair splinter?
It's where a piece of hair works its way into your skin.
Yeah,
Like
I get them all the time from these fucking dogs all the time. And I always constantly think I have diabetes because of that. But anyways, the point is, I don't remember at this point. We were talking about brain hemorrhages.
Where
you think you're just going to die. And then you're okay.
Yeah. That was cool, though, because they introduce her and she's like, I want my freedom. And he's like, you can't have your freedom. But they release her to do these jobs. And that's the way they can control her. It's it's like the fortress.
Yeah. It's her tether.
Yeah.
It's her tether. But because she gets away on the train, I guess the they didn't increase Bluetooth technology in 30 years or 40 years, so she gets away with it. But there's a failsafe in it to blow her up, right?
No.
No, he
Oh,
activates the stroker. But
Oh,
then
that was. I thought the stroker
That's the
didn't work.
stroker.
She has
No, that
72
is the
hours then
stroker.
until it detonates inside her brain.
That's why she has to get to Horton in Cloud
Right.
City.
She needs to go to
So it's an escape
what
from
was
New
the
York.
planet called
Okay.
her Tetra Free
Pepperidge Farms.
to see the one scientist who doesn't work for the corporation anymore.
Yes, the one that
Yes,
designed
the one that
her.
created
Right.
her.
Yeah,
Right.
Dr. Sung. Yeah, he created
So
Data
Dr.
and then
Sung
he created her.
puts her
yeah.
to sleep, and when she wakes up, he's deactivated the device.
All better.
Yeah, and they made it seem like it was going to be a big plot point, and
yeah,
then
and
it's not.
there's 70% of the movie left after that.
Yep.
70% of the movie.
Yeah.
And then she takes a shower in the middle of his spaceship while he plays Minecraft or does
the blue
something.
tube.
I don't have the clip for it because it's just so much nudity.
Look at that sweet miniature work.
That's sweet.
I know, it's so good.
That's
Little
badass
lights
miniature.
go out.
The door
Mhm.
opens
So
up.
good. Door
man.
opens up.
Ah.
There's a space relic. People. It's
That's
all
a sweet space relic.
and it
too.
looked
Like,
with
it
the
looks-
lighting
it looks
matches
different.
Yeah.
and shit. It's so cool. But anyways, yeah. So he has this whole. Can you imagine living on a very little spaceship like this? Like you come in, the shower is right to her right at this point. You can't see
Yeah.
it, and then he goes over here to a little sink.
That's the
And then-
closet or something.
Can you imagine if someone takes like a huge shit and like that would just smell up the whole tiny spaceship and you couldn't do
I
shit
imagine
about
it
that?
being in an RV or something.
It's like an RV. Yeah. Somebody shits it up in the RV and you're like,
Space feed.
really?
You leave the windows open a little bit. And you'll be
I-
good.
Well, that's
Not
true.
in space.
You can't leave the
Isn't-
windows
It'll
open.
suck
Isn't
the air right
NASA
out.
like offering some kind of reward for whoever can figure out a better way to poop in space?
Oh, I could definitely.
Oh, Chris, we got to get on this.
There you go.
NASA doesn't know anything about closed loop
It's
systems.
so easy. This is what you do: is in your little space outfit, you have a bag attached to your asshole.
You could call it
As
a
soon as-
colostomy bag.
As soon as you shit,
Right. It's very effective.
It comes
in
out, it
space-
self seals, and then you just grab the bag and you put it in the poop disposal unit,
Ah.
What's
the
that do?
PDU.
You throw it
PDU.
out the
Shoots
window
out-
and it
shoots it out
floats
in
through
space.
With
Use
what?
a PDU so you don't say PU.
Marketing. There you go. It's easy. And then they're like,
Do
"Oh,
they
Billy,
make a
you got
portable
your."
version for when you're on a spacewalk?
Well, yeah, if you're on a mission, they have a version.
That's the
for that.
PPU.
PDU? Portable poop disposal unit? What about the PU? That's for
but I'm
pee,
just-
not poo.
There you go. See, it's all figured out. I'm just saying, be respectful when you're on a little spaceship, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you got to take
Yeah.
a nasty shit, like at least like flush mid shit.
You need some courtesy flushes. in
Courtesy
there.
flush.
Some courtesy flushes is all we're asking for. But the shower was weird. I've been in a bathroom where there's no air sucking device. What are they called?
Fan?
Fan.
Exactly. I've been in a bathroom.
And you
where
want to be
you're
a
running-
NASA engineer. Jesus Christ, Chris.
I want to be your latex salesman. You got that shower pumping. You know, it's hot. Your skin's getting red.
Oh,
it's feeling
Chris, tell me
good.
about your hot
But
shower.
the fucking room
So steamy.
turns into a sauna.
Yeah.
And she was taking a shower for like 30 minutes while he's playing Minecraft.
She's
That
an
whole fucking
amateur.
spaceship. It can't be
thought
good.
I thought the shower tube was fully sealed.
I thought your mom's shower.
So then
too.
how do you breathe?
What the hell does that mean?
I don't know. I don't know. What were we saying, Aaron? I didn't listen to you.
I didn't say anything. Rebecca was talking.
Oh, what'd you say, Rebecca? I didn't listen
I
to you.
said
I'm sorry.
how do you breathe if the whole thing is sealed?
Yes, but that doesn't make any sense.
That's how you
It's
take. That's why you
fucking
take
stupid.
fast showers because you got to hold your breath.
Positive pressure or something.
In and
We
out,
just
in
do-
and out.
You do what my wife does. You like turn on the water and you get near the water, and you count that as a
Go
shower.
in.
As long as you don't go like Aaron and take 45-minute showers.
Aaron
you're
takes
good.
45. pff, Pushing an hour nowadays.
Yeah, that's ridiculous, Aaron.
I don't take that.
What's your
No, not
water
always.
bill?
Sometimes I do.
He even did a really good job of like designing the consoles and stuff on the spaceships. Everything looked
So
legit.
much
I mean,
attention
it's
to detail.
all analog and stuff, but it's
No, I like analog shit better,
Yeah.
anyways.
no,
all
it
looked
looked
awesome.
great.
It's
it
more
looked
authentic.
Really cool.
The outfits are cool. The sets were cool. Everything was cool.
Yeah, they had their little Ghostbuster proton packs. Yeah.
I mean, this fucking. But I think I honestly think if this came out in like 1988 or 1989, it could have been a big deal.
It could have been big, yeah.
Yeah.
But I think him like delaying it or whatever happened where they just kept pushing it and like
I love that they got this.
Do you think he's like
blown
a
off.
perfectionist that just let it go, where he just had to keep?
I don't know.
Because
like
that's
this,
exactly what he just keeps
this-
making small iterative changes.
Yeah.
To things.
like
And-
this
and it's never
CGI
done.
is cool for the
Like Terminator 2
time,
levels.
but it's like what we said. It was like Babylon. No, it's not Terminator 2 levels. Terminator 2 almost still holds up. It's like Babylon 5 levels, which isn't bad if the story's interesting or what. But it's just like I think he waited too long.
What happened at the end?
A Babylon 5?
No, that's this movie
Oh.
because they're having like a dog fight out in space, and
Yeah.
the one has a nuke attached to it, and then all of a sudden like everything blew up. But she was okay.
the main ship shot their own ship because they're like, we can't have him come back because he's got the warhead, and if she shoots him, we'll all die. But they end up blowing themselves up
They
anyway.
blew themselves up. Yeah.
Yes, they should have used their PDUs. It could be like Battlestar Pulactica. And they're just launching high-speed bags of shit at each other.
Self-propulsion system.
Yes. Timmy, eat some beans and go take a shit. We need propulsion.
It's geothermal.
Let's take a listen to a little bit of the music. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go.
That is not 80s. That was added
No.
later.
No.
That was very out of
Yeah, somebody listened to some fucking Nine Inch Nails, some pretty
Yeah.
hate machine shit, and they were like, "I'm into electronica now, bitch." And I was like, "Yeah." And then he grew up a little bit. He got some flannel. He met a girl. Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Shine
on me.
Shine on me.
Shine on me.
The one thing that really I thought just really stuck out as not fitting in this movie was
the actors?
No, the year's
I'm sorry.
Oh.
the year is 2074 in this movie, and the dude had to go to a payphone,
Yeah.
and he didn't have a quarter to make a call.
It was
Well,
the 90s.
we didn't
Inflation
get-
was not accounted for in this
we
movie.
didn't
She's
get
like,
to-
I'll pay you $6,000 American dollars.
Yeah,
Lindsay,
I'm like,
Lindsay,
you
we
can
didn't
barely
get to
fly across
dive
the
in
country for that anymore.
to this. There was a topic I wanted to talk about on the pre-show, but it was abbreviated pre-show because I was late. But I live near a very expensive college. And I drove down the street the other day and there was tons of college kids. And all these college kids look like fucking dorks. Okay? They look like dorks. I don't know what it is. They go back and they're dressed like it's the 80s now.
Yeah. This is
They
the
got
these
high socks on,
That's
these
it.
dudes, they got these
Cassettes.
short shorts and
Crazy
they're wearing
glasses
these shirts
and- yeah.
and the hair is bad. They look like dorks to me. But my point is, it's a big circle. Fucking before you know it, we're gonna get rid of these
Circle of dorks.
phones and we're gonna be excited to get on one of them payphones.
Fuck
again.
your iPhone.
oh, sure.
And so
I think
It makes
I
sense.
think that these things will just stop making phone calls.
Yes, that part needs to go away.
I don't think I ever even
don't. All I get is junk.
I'll you want me to call you Spiff?
Or
I don't wanna
text
talk
or
to anyone on the
anything,
phone.
Chris. That'd be nice.
I don't know if I have your phone number. Do I have your phone number, Spiff?
You should. It's been the same for 10 years.
Yeah, but mine keeps changing.
Oh.
No, it's
Don't
Oh,
read
wait.
it out over the internet.
Yeah, don't give out phone numbers. Jesus Christ, man.
No, Chris, you're
I
fine.
still talk.
555.
I still talk on
Uh,
the phone quite a bit, but
Really?
I
mostly
texted
just
somebody.
to family.
Not
What do you?
willingly.
Yeah, my
Texted
mom
somebody.
calls me and leaves messages. I don't call her. But
You should call her back.
I probably should go.
She's,
But anyway-
she needs you to call
Hey.
her back.
Chris Ripper just texted me and said, hey.
There
Do
you
I
go,
have your
Spiff.
number?
You have my number.
I have your
Aaron,
number.
Aaron, we're
Sure,
going
it's good.
guitar shopping, by the way.
What's that?
We're going guitar shopping.
I'm always down for guitar shopping.
Are you going to Sam Ash or are you going to Guitar Center? 'Cause that's
Do any of them exist anymore?
Sam Ash
have-
Guitar Center
does,
does.
Do you have any clips of them sitting in the ship?
We're talking about
together?
guitar shopping. Lindsay.
They're like
More
sitting,
important.
seated right on top of each other
I
in
don't.
that spaceship.
That's
I have their love, Lindsay.
There
Is
they
that
go.
not
It's a
enough
bump.
for you? Is that never enough for you? Their love.
didn't
Equitron,
like
class
Lindsay.
of 2062.
Are you in the
His-
top bunk or am I?
to get in the cockpit in his ship. You had to climb up a ladder. Like, who
Yeah,
designed
that's some
that?
fucking
Yeah.
horse shit. Because I've been to it's like required that every place you go to has handicap, and I agree with that. You know what I mean? Some people
She
are disabled, and
manhandles
we
that
should.
joystick when
ship
she's
was not
firing
gonna
at
handle
those
that
missiles.
joystick.
She was a little too excited to be grabbing that thing.
I was a little worried for the guy after their love scene. He's like,
Oh, you know, Chris, the Americans with Disabilities Act was passed in 1990.
and I guarantee he got his
Ah.
prostate checked at least. At least somebody was checking prostates for once.
I need
Is
to
that
check
a
out your
shower
space
tube?
balls.
What's a man need to
Watch
do
out.
to get his prostate checked around here? Anyways,
I
Doctor,
have a
here's the glove.
question too.
I want. Okay, yeah, I like
This
this.
is
where they
funny,
reuse
No,
the
that's
actors.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your question, Lindsay? I can answer it. I have
Okay.
an associate's degree.
Oh, he
So-
even named the flags.
She gets the case from the Norwegian dudes, okay?
Mhm.
Yes, yes.
And they give her something to download the information, and she
The tape
downloads it
recorder,
into her
yeah.
head like Johnny Mnemonic or something like
Yeah,
that.
that's cool.
But then they're like, we need to take her alive because she has the information that we need.
It's in her head.
But
Johnny
I
Mnemonic.
thought at the beginning exposition dump, the one guy says the planet where the shit
They
was
do.
found. I don't know.
They do. I don't know.
How
yeah,
did the
they
bad
definitely
guys
do.
trace them? Was it her necklace? She
That-
kept like holding it.
The
and
necklace thing
implying
comes
that
back
there
at
was
the
something.
end, and I still didn't quite understand what it meant.
I think it was
the
just
necklace.
that was like her.
That's
it
the
was like a
corporate
leash. It was
logo,
her
right?
collar.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can
She's
see
not there.
There's a
at
lot
all.
of Philip K. Dick. I mean, you have the Blade Runner, but like it's more the neuromancer stuff because they go to like
So where
Africa,
They
was
don't-
it
they don't
Africa
jack
and stuff?
into anything.
Yeah,
isn't that
North
what I said?
Africa.
Yeah, North Africa, which is like, isn't that neuroman? Or maybe that's a different
Star.
one.
That's
Yeah, they call it Star City
Snow
in
Crash,
this.
isn't it?
Mona Lisa
Okay.
Overdrive. It might be,
Yeah, Star City.
but one of them starts in like Africa, and I was like, oh, this is so Philip K. Dick stuff.
Hmm.
I mean, there's a reason he was a very popular author because his worlds he
He's
builds are
cool
super
stuff.
interesting.
He was
Yeah.
nuts, but he wrote cool stuff.
Cool stuff, and this is a pretty cool movie.
Yeah, big
Yeah.
fan. You're coming
No,
around.
it's a shame. I want to be because Blade Runner is one of my favorite movies. I love sci-fi.
I mean, this guy has a lot working for him. I mean, all the miniature
definitely.
and special effects he did. The story plot is interesting. You know, you can make it interesting where this
Yeah.
cyborg or whatever goes rogue to get the new alien technology. It's an interesting story, but it's just I think
well,
like we said, the
let me ask you this.
pacing and they concentrate on other
Well,
things. They
But if
put
this
that
came
above the
out in
story.
1988, would this storyline work for you? Like, and the pacing, it might be better.
I don't know.
at the
I don't
time.
think so. And I think the acting also hurt it as well, just because. Don't seem so shocked. I don't know. It's just because
I didn't think
I
the
mean the
acting was that
character. No, it's not terrible. It's just the characters, especially our two mains, were a little vanilla.
Yeah.
Sure.
There was no chemistry there either.
Mm-mm.
No.
Well, she's a emotionless robot.
Yeah, she's like Spiv. There's no chemistry.
I identified a lot with her.
Johnny Five still alive.
That was created in a lab. Yeah.
I actually believe that's Spiv. Anyways,
I was there
anything.
to witness the creation, so I can confirm.
Yeah,
Spiv, I'm your father.
that makes a lot of sense.
I don't think
That's
that
why
makes
you
any
never
sense.
come over anymore.
Oh shit! Now it's fake.
Doesn't even have my phone number.
Spiv, what would you do if somebody came over to your house? If I came over to hang out, what would we do?
I don't know.
Would you
but
really?
It would be fun. Yeah, no one ever comes over.
You never invite anyone.
No one invites me.
I would.
It's a
I
two-way
can't-
street, Chris.
No, it's not. I can't invite people.
Because, yeah.
I live an hour and a half away.
Well,
so
that's
it's
true,
rude for
too.
me to invite people.
Is it? I'm happy
You're
to
not gonna
drive
wanna-
over there.
No, you're not. No one
We
asks.
can carpool.
It's a long
We'll
drive.
both come
It's a
over.
long drive.
Anyways, I feel like things got
Anyways.
weird.
They did get
I
weird.
do love that the head of the corporation dude showed up on the alien planet in a full fur coat.
What would you show up in?
I liked it. That's what I'm saying. It was very stylish.
I kind of want an office like this futuristic. I mean, I just want an office by myself, like my own office.
Simulations.
That was smart though. At first, I'm like, oh, they're just covering the bad CGI in an intelligent way. But then later, I'm like, oh shit, no, they can actually do pretty cool CGI.
You can do
So,
everything, yeah.
yeah.
No, cool movie. Anything else, guys, with the Outerworld?
The Outer World.
Don't think so.
What
Did
do
you
think
see
AJ thought of this?
the Eagle Film
Yes.
website?
Reddit? Oh, I didn't go to the
It's
website.
awesome.
No.
It's awesome.
Like
that what you
you
posted in
can
the
contact Philip Cook.
$35 and
fuck
get
are we
a
doing?
signed copy.
$35 for a DVD.
I like how the URL is /despiser/outerworld.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
This is so old, though. You think that email still works? We're gonna have to contact.
He's got
Yes.
his email on there.
You
Pixel
can-
He's
Pusher
got two.
2001.
Pixel
Yahoo.
Pusher 2001, but he's also down further.
All right.
Has
All right. If you're a listener,
Phil Cook at
everybody,
eaglefilms.com.
if you're a listener and you want to make Philip J. Cook's day, email him and say that you just watched his movie and you enjoyed it. That will make his day. If you want to make somebody's day, I guarantee you that we'll do it. This is what we're doing now in Bad Movie Night: is we're spreading joy to the world. We're
That's
making
a
the
good
world
idea.
a better place.
Hell yeah.
And I'm 100% serious. If you did that,
Yeah.
that would literally make his day. Anyways, let's move on. Does anyone have any alternate titles? Aaron. Outer tits. Outer.
It's beyond the rising boobs, Chris. Come on.
Beyond the rising schlong. Beyond the rising dong. Beyond
Is this
the
what I
rising-
am to you? This is who I am.
This is why you never come over.
So I
What
know.
was the other title?
Your wife would
The-
kick me out apparently.
Yes, Biv. Oh, my wife?
No, his wife, because she'd be like, "Who is this freak? And why does he keep talking about space tits?"
Yeah, my wife would definitely kick you out. That's what she does.
Huh?
My wife would definitely kick you out, but that's what she
She's
does.
never kicked me out.
It's true. Okay, Rebecca, would you recommend The Outer Worlds?
I don't think I'm going to.
Okay. Lindsay.
I would recommend it just for the miniatures and the special effects work because it is quite impressive. But feel free to like scroll through and past a bunch of shit just so you can see the miniatures and stuff.
I find it weird that you guys say that about this movie, but then when movie of the year, that one that I like,
Air
The Dark
Panic?
Lurking,
Oh.
you
I
guys were
wasn't
like,
on that
fuck.
episode.
Fuck
Dark
this movie.
lurking.
Nobody said that, Chris. You just
It's all
were
we-
really into it.
Yeah, you wish. Spiv, what'd you think?
Oh, dark lurking.
Did you recommend this shit?
Yeah, I think I would. If you like this kind of like future sci-fi '90s feel, Blade Runner ish, I think this was a nice effort by Philip Cook, and yeah, you should check it out for sure.
Aaron.
Yeah, so it really wasn't for me, or at least I'm not in the right headspace to watch this right now. But I definitely appreciate what he was going for and what he accomplished. So I would say check it out just for the miniatures and the special effects and just the potential.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty surprising movie, honestly. Like Despiser, I think the CGI makes it so much cheesier. And well, the storyline is definitely cheesier too. But it all kind of works in that way. And this was like close to being like legitimately,
No, it was like hard sci-fi.
yeah,
Stuff.
hard sci-fi with decent effects and stuff. I don't know. It's just something about it didn't hit right with me in the watching factor, but I was just kind of bored sometimes.
Yeah.
But it is a very ambitious movie and it is pretty well done. I think you should check it out, especially if you like sci-fi stuff. There's something here for you. So I think AJ probably loved this thing. Spiv texted me back. I love it, Spiv. I have Spiv's phone number now. I'm going to text you all the time.
I hope so.
That is not going to do it for the show. We're going to move on and do the game. I have no idea what's going on anymore. Here we go.
Game time, baby.
Your theories are the worst kind of popular. Try your best and sloppy, and your conclusions are highly unpleasant. Shall we play?
Ooh.
All right, we are going to dive deep into space.
Space.
Yes.
Space.
Space is cool, man.
100,000 light years. Oh,
How many times bigger than the moon is the sun?
Oh, like
so much.
100,000 times.
How many times bigger than the moon is the sun?
How many
was-
times?
800? I
that's
don't
a
know.
tough one.
The sun is 100 times Earth, and Earth is
Earth is like
Whoa.
1,000 times smaller.
Welcome to
right? So
Earth. Okay.
I'm gonna
It's a
say
1,000.
10,000.
10. Carry the one, though. Spiv,
100,000.
did you carry the one?
I
Spiv, you
forgot
got
to
to carry
carry
the
the
one.
one.
100,000.
Ooh,
10,001.
rookie mistake. Leagues.
It is 400 times bigger.
Oh, that's it? That's fucking shit.
It's also 400 times farther from the Earth, which is why you can have the eclipse because
Okay.
it's
Oh, so it
the-
matches up. The ratio kind
Yeah.
of matches up there.
Mhm.
yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
God's plan. You know what I'm saying? R.I.P. One love. Jesus. Dr. Sins,
What
but
percent of the mass of the solar system is the sun?
12.
Oh, man, there's a
What
lot
percent of the mass of the sun? What does that mean? Okay.
There's a lot of rocks out there
30%?
floating around.
Jupiter's pretty big.
Yeah.
I would say it's like 40%, honestly.
Is Jupiter
15%.
massive? How dense is
Yeah,
Jupiter?
but Jupiter isn't dense. It's just gas,
it's
isn't it?
gas.
I'd say
80%.
60.
I've had pretty dense farts before. I don't know. I
That's
think
not
there's a lot
Yeah.
of mass there.
Yeah, sometimes it feels like a meaty fart. You know what I mean?
I think
it's like
15.
heavy. It sinks to the bottom of the floor.
It is 99%.
Holy shit! On an oh yeah, I guess because most of the places in
Jupiter
anything.
and Saturn. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Space is cool and also boring at the same time. If you do
Oh,
that.
it's terrifying, is what it
Mm-hmm.
is.
Which is more, the number of trees on Earth or the stars in the Milky Way?
This is like
Oh,
stars in the Milky Way
stars.
kind of shit.
Stars on the
Yeah.
Milky
There's
Way.
so
Trees.
many. There's hundreds of billions.
But if God created you, spend the time.
The Earth
trees.
is 4,000 years old.
I don't know. Is the Amazon
There are
still
more
on fire?
trees.
I don't
I
know.
don't know
There
how
are
many
3
trees there are.
They don't know how many
trillion
trees. Then why
and
are they always talking
100
about it? And why do they keep planting those bitches? They can't constantly fucking keep planting those shit.
They don't know how many stars there are either. It's all guesstimation.
Well, that's why it's 100 to 400 billion.
Right.
That's
Little
and that's just in the Milky
magician
Way,
curse.
guys.
Yeah,
Just
that's
in the
Milky Way.
I want to know about the Snickers galaxy because I like Snickers.
There's billions of
It's
galaxies.
Do they have a
nutty.
chocolate milk?
All right, how about stars in the universe or grains of sand on Earth?
Well, we don't know how many stars are
Grains
in
of
the universe.
sand.
Yeah,
Stars because
same.
it's unlimited, isn't it?
I would say grains.
we don't know.
There's so many.
Sand.
It is 1 septillion versus 7 quintillion grains of sand.
I
Counted them.
I had this conversation with. I tried to explain to Amy and other people, and they never grasp it. I could say a sound, Ugh. And that is now a number. I don't know what number it is, but numbers are infinite. So there is now a number called.
Down number.
You know what I mean? And
Do you know how
Amy's like-
fast you were going, sir? I was going 3 plus.
And Amy said that's not how it works. And I said, that's fucking how it works. If something's infinite, I can name it whatever the fuck I want. Right?
No, I don't think so.
See, you guys, what the fuck is wrong with you? Yes. Spit, back me up. You're the smart one.
I think you just don't know what septillion means, Chris.
That's fair. Thanks, Lindsay. Thanks, Lizzie, for your
Earth's
support
days
there.
does it
Appreciate
take
it,
for
Lizzie.
Venus to orbit the sun? I
How
should know
many
this. Somebody
Earth
likes all
days
this
does
stuff.
it take for Venus to orbit the sun?
You know how long.
It's less than our year, I think.
Is it
It's-
46 days? No, that's
It's
how
30
that's how long a day is
30
out there
days.
or something.
130
It rotates
30
really
days.
slow, but the orbit's fast. Is that correct?
Like that. No, or is that Mercury?
I can't.
Mercury doesn't rotate.
Yeah, it doesn't. It just
I'm going to say
clicks to one side.
150. 150.
No idea.
It is 225 days.
It's close.
It's close.
How many Earth days does it take for Venus to rotate?
Now here we go. A year was
46.
225, so a day is like 400 something.
Is it that's
I think you're
slow?
right, Aaron. Yeah, it's the slow road.
No, I bet it's more. Anyways, good.
It is even slower than that. It is 243 years to make a full rotation.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
How many pieces of debris larger than a softball are currently being monitored around the Earth?
Oh, so much space trash.
100,000.
A
Yeah,
lot.
at least 100,000, a million.
I don't think we can monitor them
Quadrillion.
all, but
Amount.
a fluffillion. A fluffernutter.
It's 23,000.
Okay.
So you can see how it has progressed. 1957, 2005, 2018, by
Yeah,
2030.
we're such trash people.
So
Yeah.
now we can't get invited to cool stuff.
AJ,
Yeah.
don't show AJ this chart. It'll just be nasty. Be like, oh yeah. Could be
We'll
that
save that for
McMahon.
next week's pre.
Yeah.
And we'll just explode.
are never going to give us warp speed.
You know how many goddamn quadrillion microplastics are in your bloodstream right now?
That's why he got COVID.
He didn't
Probably,
have enough
yeah.
microplastics. That's what it was.
Yeah, it's
what it
protecting our
Got to
lungs.
build up that force field.
Right, it lines your lungs so that COVID can't take hold.
That was a good game, Rebecca. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Time to move on and do some listener feedback. Here we go.
I suggest we read some listener feedback, sir.
Make it so, number one.
Emails. You tiny little emails. You precious little emails. Where are you?
Last week we checked out Cold Fire from 1990. I really don't even remember what it was about. The drugs.
Drugs.
I can't with you, man.
And Wings Hauser's a
Wings
pervert.
Hauser was a pervert cop, right?
Yep.
Sean Cavender became a Wings Hauser fan in 1991 when he saw him in a TV series called Lightning Force.
Oh man.
Sounds
And
cool.
he can't find any information about it anywhere. So maybe you were dreaming, Sean.
It's possible.
Maybe he just likes it because he's a pervert too.
He secretly wish your name was Wings. Is that his real name?
No.
That can't be anyone's
It's a
real. Did you name
football-
your kid Wings?
It's a football
name's Paul
nickname.
Hey, throw it to Wings.
He was a wingback
He'll catch it.
or something.
His real
like
name
that.
is Gerald. Okay.
Gerald?
Is that real or
Really?
you just made that
Gerald Hauser. No, yeah, Gerald Hauser,
Sounds presidential, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
son of Gerald.
For him.
He was named after his parents.
shit up? I'm Gerald Hauser, the Sausage King.
Gerald Dwight Hauser, son of Geraldine
jealous.
and Dwight Hauser.
I'm Doogie Hauser's cousin. Can you imagine being associated with Doogie Hauser and being like,
He had
you would just feel
recurring
so
roles in
shitty
Murder,
all the
She
time?
Wrote? What?
Because like Doogie Hauser was just so smart and he was so young. It just makes you feel shitty, right, Aaron?
I bet he was really snarky about it too.
What is that supposed to mean?
Well, I'm your brother.
Yeah.
You know, when we were growing up and you know, like
what?
when the parents like shift their focus onto a specific child because they see like potential in them.
I thought
They
they
say, "Oh,
shifted
we
focus to you
screwed
because you
up
were a little
Aaron
baby
too
and they needed
much."
to take care of you.
I mean, I was getting triple
And his
A's
brother
across
was
the board.
breaking his arms.
Yeah. Out of
Breaking
jealousy.
triple
Out of
A's.
spite and jealousy.
Triple A's.
Triple A's up in here.
Okay then.
And now you just have double D's.
It happens.
Just kidding.
Jason Case, the difference between Ed and Dunstan checks in, and Ed is Dunstan checks in, is an entertaining, funny movie, while Ed is an unfunny comedy movie about an athletic chimpanzee that can play baseball.
That sounds terrible.
I would watch
It's
a
really
game.
bad.
No, I probably wouldn't watch a whole game, but it would be fun to watch a bunch of chimpanzees play baseball against each other.
Did it come out in that big stream of baseball movies in the early 90s?
It was either the
It was with Matt
monkey movie stream
LeBlanc from
or
Friends.
Mm.
When all of them started doing movies, that was one of the ones he did.
I feel like what's her face, Lisa Kudrow, did some good movies. I don't know why she didn't take off more, because I
Romy and
thought
Michelle.
Romy and Michelle is a great movie.
Yeah.
And that was like the first
I
one
don't
she
think I've ever
did.
seen it.
That's the one where they go to their high school reunion?
She's
Yeah.
a good dramatic actor too. She was in that.
I guess
she was in
does shows, too.
Wonderland with Val Kilmer. She
Okay,
plays
yeah,
his ex-wife. She's really good in that.
Mm. She didn't marry Brad Pitt. That's probably hurt her career. Taylor Ann says this movie was so boring I couldn't think of any good alternate titles.
That's fair. I don't even remember
Very
that
fair.
fucking movie.
David Black, Aaron's voicemails were better than this movie.
Oh, we got some more tonight, guys.
Yay.
Not for me.
Oh boy.
Not for Aaron.
I can't
Cold
wait.
Fire
I'll
wasn't
do
great,
some
but
next week.
we'll always have the paddle boats.
The fucking paddle boats.
John Burnham posts an alternate title for Witchcraft. I don't know why. The Father, the Son, and the Holy Spanner.
Holy Spanner.
Will Spanner. Get it. Marilyn Knepper, Miracle Whip has a tangy zip, but Cold Fire does not.
I think Marilyn Knepper has a tangy zip, honestly. What is a tangy zip? What else would you describe as a tangy zip? Some sort
It's
of
like
mustard?
a vinegary
Like
taste
Italian
almost.
Italian
to it.
dressing.
Yeah.
What's the zip part of that though?
I don't know.
Because it rhymes with
marketing.
whip.
Whip.
Cool whip.
That's a miracle.
It's where like it's got like that kind of taste to it, where it's like that.
Quippiness.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying when I say
Yeah.
it sounds like that?
It is like
It's a
tangy
period on a taste
mayonnaise.
there. I don't know.
Jason Case again. He's a
Could
heavy
you do a
commenter
sex
on
line
this one.
thing like on video?
Jason
you, like,
Case would
breathe
recommend
and stuff?
Get Even. Similar to The Room, it's an ambitious movie that is highly entertaining because it's an unintentional, terrible movie. Get Even, aka Road to Revenge, was intentionally made. I can't do it.
Oh,
I got
my.
weird.
Okay.
I'm not wearing the right pants for this.
Pants. Mike DeRosier, I hadn't seen The Guardian in years, but from what I remember, it was pretty messed up, but good.
Oh, I wanted to watch that. I
Was
was,
that in the
I was
history
gonna
hole?
rent
I
that.
don't
I was gonna watch that without you fuckers because I really want to see that.
Joe McDonald wonders when we're going to start our Kickstarter to remake Cold Fire. They're sold on our pitch.
Now, if we're gonna start a Kickstarter, it's gonna be to make Witchcraft 17.
Yes.
Witchcraft Year
Directed
Zero.
by Philip Cook.
No.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So many miniatures.
Badass. Julie Strain in the bathroom as a miniature,
my
washing her ass, taking a shit.
Stop motion buttholes washing.
Oh my god.
So stupid.
Puts the soap on the washcloth.
Smith, what do you got?
I don't use my powers.
I am warrior.
Fucking guy.
Oh, boy.
It's my powers.
Joe McDonald continues. The main bad guy's voice was one of the many things that took me out of the movie. You recall he had that high-pitched
Oh
weird
yeah.
voice.
Yeah.
If that's his normal speaking voice, fine, but they could have used it to be a trigger that sets him off and have him bust some skulls. Like he had to prove why he was the king.
He didn't even do any. Yeah, I don't understand. He was like he was just a
the
joke.
bad guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was in that Speedo a lot, though.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't complaining.
Yeah. And finally, Jason Case, our biggest fan on Cold Fire, Joe Bob Briggs highly praised the industrial filmmaker Philip Cook for the 3 live-action science fiction gems he made that are Despiser, Outerworld, and Invader.
Wow, we gotta watch that.
So we got to put Invader on the wheel now, Chris.
I got to tell you, the combination of Jason Case's writing and Spiv's narration.
It's put me to
It's
sleep.
perfect. It is perfect.
No, it is a good combination.
You two, magic. Jason Case
Okay,
needs to
then.
write a book, and you need to read the audio version.
I'll be
of
the
it.
audio book. Then that's
There
the
is
only way Aaron
just
will read
something
it.
going on. There's harmony there that I'm really into, and it could really put me to sleep. I've never been to ASMR, but I would eat the shit out of that ass. ASMR.
So just what? I thought you said something completely different.
I kind of did, but then I
He
changed it a little
totally
bit.
did.
That does it for our listener feedback on Cold
No, it
Fire.
doesn't. No, it
Jason
doesn't.
Case, you need to write some words for me to say. Apparently,
Need some copy on that.
This is not what the last of what people said, because we have a voicemail line which you can leave us a voicemail at bad-movie-night.com. Our new website is up and it has that functionality, and we're hoping other listeners take advantage. But right now, let's check out some of the voicemails we got. We have at least four here tonight.
Did you
So here we
screen
go.
them?
Yes, of course, Lindsay. I think. Here we go.
What the fuck? God. I just got scared, guys. I don't even know by what. My anxiety is through the roof. It's JD!
JD!
We've created a monster.
All right. That was one. Here we go. Next one. I don't think there's anything to comment to that one. Here we go. Next one.
Well, they're sleeping and sliding all across the floor, grooving to the tunes, then stopping for some more. That's when my eyes catch you and my heart begins to sing. Oh, pretty baby, man, can you swing? My feet start to move as they push me.
He did it.
It was good.
He did it. Good job.
He actually did the whole thing for a minute, but I just trimmed it.
Yeah. Very good, Sean. Nice
That
job.
was great.
That was great. That was great. All right, let's see. Here we go. Next one.
I'm at horse riding lessons, and I watched The Time Machine last night. And now, after looking at the horses, I think Guy Pearce resembles a horse. Guy Pearce is a horse.
I found value in the voicemail thing because I can leave my random thoughts.
You're gonna leave yourself like grocery lists.
I really got into this as I was looking at the horses, and something about the time
mesmerized.
machine. He has the this part right here
It kind of comes out a little bit.
comes out like a horse.
Yeah. He's got a muzzle.
If you ever like
Spiv's got that too.
Spiv, yeah, turn to your side. Spiv, profile us. Nah, it's not as good
not
as I
there.
would like.
It's not as noticeable
It's
there.
not quite there. He's a grower, not a shower.
because I don't look like Guy Pearce, guys.
So Guy Pearce definitely looks like a horse. Was that it? Is there another one?
And you made fun of my voicemails from last
Oh,
week. What
let
the
me
fuck,
see.
Chris?
Hello, this message is for a Mr. Aaron Rupert. This is Robbie Rectum from Bubba's Bait and Butt Plugs. I'm calling in regards to your rental of our deluxe Sphincter Destroyer butt plug model. It was due back to the shop on August 1st. This message is to let you know that we will be charging a late fee of $9.99 per day to the card on file until the item is returned. As a reminder, please thoroughly clean and sanitize the product before returning to avoid being charged the cleaning fee like last time. If you wish to save time when returning your rental, you may come around to the drive-through window, which of course at Bubba's is always in the rear. We here at Bubba's Bait and Butt Plug Rentals shop thank you for your business and good day, sir.
It's gonna cost me so much. I forgot to sanitize it again. God damn it! I already sent it back.
Oh, that was great.
That was very good.
Nice
I believe
job.
that was Matt.
Nice
I
job.
believe that was Matthew Pfeiffer himself. Guys, get your voicemails on the show. bad-movie-night.com. It is time.
It's time.
What time is it, Chris?
Spin.
Spin that
Wheel.
Wheel.
Spin the wheel.
Spin.
I'm not wearing
It is a Patreon week.
That shit. Whoa.
What?
I don't think the wheel can
dancing
spin.
its arms on here.
We've got The Rage. I'm not even going to read them. I think what was
Wow,
added
there's too
was
many.
Spin
Dead
it,
Space. Dead Space was added. We've got like 15 movies on the wheel. less than that.
Space,
But here we go.
Dead Space, the Dennis Quaid one.
No, I'm hoping for Rage. Please give me Rage. Here we go.
Dancing It's On. Dancing It's On.
Rage. Fuck.
Oh God!
Oh my God!
No.
What is this?
What?
I'm scared.
This is gonna be awesome or terrible.
This is going to be like
Lord.
bad on purpose.
The Geek.
Yeah.
Oh boy, Luther the Geek.
Luther
I don't
the
remember
Geek.
who
I don't
recommended
remember
this.
who did this either.
This is going to be an interesting one. It is available on Tubi. Let's see if there is a trailer out
See if
there
we can
for
find out who
Luther
recommended it. Search Bad
the
Movie
Geek.
Night. Luther.
I have a trailer.
It's got a 5 out of 10. That's
Might be all right.
Yeah.
All right, let's check out the trailer for Luther the Geek from 1989.
Throughout America in the early 20th century, circus carnivals crisscrossed the continental United States. Carny barkers hawked and baited a curious public to come see the sideshow freaks. But of all the bizarre acts, the strangest was the geek.
I'm in.
The geek.
No,
Yeah,
this
this looks
man
kind of cool.
so down
This
on
looks
his luck he'd
kind of
do
weird. I
anything
like
for a
it.
This is like a real
This is by-
movie.
But
This
to
is by
earn that
Kevin.
shot of cheap
Kevin
whiskey,
recommended this.
he had to bite
Oh.
the head off a live chicken and drink its blood.
I
don't
can't
wanna-
wait.
I don't want to watch too much more.
Yeah, I
this
know, I
doesn't
kinda
look
wanna
bad,
see
actually.
But
No,
it's-
this looks pretty interesting.
Where can we watch it?
Luther the Geek.
Apparently
Available on Tubi.
Nice.
1989. Luther the Geek, American horror film, stars Edward Terry in the titular role. A young Luther Waltz has a fascination with carnival geeks when he loses his teeth while at a geek show and has them replaced with a pair of sharp metallic dentures. He
Whoa.
requires a liking for human blood, and then I will not read anymore.
This actually looks
It
pretty
appears to be
cool.
spoilers.
Sweet.
All right.
Yes.
Cool. So that's what we're doing next week. Luther the Geek from 1989. The following week after that, nobody will fucking know. We have to figure that out because I will not be
Yeah.
here because I'll be filming a movie.
We're just gonna do it without you. We're just
Are
gonna
you
do
gonna-
Patreon
can-
picks.
Can you guys do it without me?
No.
Would you be good doing it?
Who's gonna talk
No,
about
that's why I'm
something.
asking. I feel like you guys can. I can get John or stuff
I can
in the
go,
shop too.
hey, everybody.
Let's talk
You
about
almost have to.
buttholes.
Aaron, if you two combine with your powers combined,
Our powers combined.
You are
You're
Captain Chris.
gonna leave it in
you're
their
one
hands.
mediocre host. Do you want to
No one's
host
What's
gonna
this?
that
show up
supposed
if
to
it's
be?
just us.
Or have very capable hands. Thank
No,
you
I
very
would-
much.
I would probably leave it in Rebecca's hands. She's the most
Yeah.
responsible person.
She is
Oh my
the
God,
most-
yes.
She
I
is the
know.
most
True.
I don't want to
That's very
host.
true.
The hostess with
I'll
the
just-
mostest.
Sit back and watch the chaos.
Yeah.
Now we're going to take a
With a
dive
stern
into
look on your
Aaron's history
face while
hole
playing solitaire.
and learn a little bit more about the context
Don't
of the
make
movie.
me
and your
use my
results.
teacher voice.
See, Spiv's got it down. Spiv, you got it down.
Spiv,
I
you
know
have a
all
pretty-
your lines, Chris.
Spiv will do
Wait.
your lines. Rebecca will look at us in an angry sort of manner, like just this disappointing look.
Yeah.
Lindsay will occasionally ring us back in when we're talking about like mayonnaise or whatever the fuck we do, and then our guest will help kind of keep things in track too.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I feel like Spiv's acting when he tries to act like me, pretty good.
That's pretty good.
it's good.
I'll draw a little crooked eyebrow.
He's my new brother.
Oh, here we go. Let's insult Chris with his deformed eyebrow.
Your beard's looking nice, by the way.
Beard's
Yeah, it's
very
getting
thick.
longer.
Yeah, it's
Spiv,
getting long.
Do you know what
gotta
it's like
curl
to
the
grow up with?
mustache out.
Do you know what it's like to grow
Dude,
up
it's a
your
cool
entire
character.
life
It's a
with a
it's
very
good character.
weird broken
Do
eyebrow?
you smell what Chris
It's
is
very
cooking?
embarrassing. Very embarrassing.
It's not embarrassing. It's cool.
It's embarrassing. Anyways,
Plus, you always look like you're doing this.
Yeah, I know. I did.
Our
the
People were like,
grandfather
"Is
had
he?
this.
Is he giving me a side eye? What's going on?"
it's
here?
like, do you ever like one of those moments in a movie where like they have this like really heart to heart reveal with their grandfather and learn about their legacy and everything? I feel like that's what I was gonna have with our grandfather because we shared eyebrows, but then he fucking died.
Oh, he had a pointy eyebrow too.
Yep.
That's
He
interesting.
had a weird broken eyebrow.
Skips a
don't know.
generation.
It's weird. My kids don't have it.
See, this is why you should be in your kitchen
Skips a
yelling,
generation.
"God damn it, Amy!" Just like he did.
Oh yeah, it skips a generation. That makes sense. What'd you say, Aaron? I didn't listen to you.
I said you need to be just
Amy
like Tim. You need to be yelling, "God damn it, Amy," all the time, just like he did to our grandmother,
That's true.
who had the same name as somebody else in your life.
Dun, dun,
Dun, dun. You're reincarnated.
Just in case your homework
Say something
is to write a
horribly
story
racist.
about this, that's what we'll read next week as a narrator.
You're gonna drive a dump truck for 16 hours a day.
All right. Speaking of dump trucks, this shit's
Speaking
done.
of dump trucks, yeah.
Dropping this shit off. That is gonna do it for this week's episode of the Bad Movie Night Podcast. I
Don't
hope you
wait,
enjoyed it.
Chris Taylor has a nice idea. We could have a Patreon host the show.
Okay.
Oh,
It's kind
I
of
don't care.
dangerous.
I'm not
but-
here.
that's really dangerous.
It'll be fine. They're the only ones that listen anyways.
Maybe the Patreon should do a show and we get to watch it.
That would be
I like that idea.
That would be fun.
all right. That's
We'll
gonna do
just
it for
turn
this
the
week's
whole
episode.
thing over.
Yeah.
Yeah, turn it over. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, patreon.com/badmovienight or go on to iTunes and leave a review. Helps out the show. Guys, next week we are watching Luther the Geek from 1990 or 1989. And it is available on Tubi. So check that out and then join us next week when we talk about that. Good.
Bad Movie Night Podcast. 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 We hope you enjoy listening to Bad Movie Night.